Hello, 2022.
Forgot how this works for a minute there. I was
Good
like,
evening, Martin.
What button do I need to... Hello, 2022. Hello, South Africa. And hello, world.
Hello, London. Hello, world. Welcome back. It's been a while.
It's been,
as they say in the
it's been about a month. Well, it feels like
about a
longer.
month.
It's been a month. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a month.
Yeah.
How you, Martin?
4 weeks.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you.
Well, I know you said that before. We're saying it now on air.
Yeah. Happy New Year to everybody. To everybody who we've not yet said Happy New Year to. When do you stop saying Happy New Year, Jules?
Apparently on the last day of January.
Okay.
That's what I was told.
Okay.
Pretty much that's when you stop saying Happy New Year.
That makes sense. I have an informal rule that I stop saying Happy New Year to people after the 25th.
Well, that would be tomorrow.
That would be tomorrow. So it just as a kind. I mean,
Well,
it's
I'll
not
follow
like,
that.
It's not like
let's
I
do
will
that.
forget
From tomorrow.
On the only, do you know the reason is because tomorrow is Burns Night.
Burns Night. What does that mean?
It's the birthday or anniversary. So it must be the birthday of Robert Burns, the Scottish national poet.
Ah,
never heard of Robert Burns?
No.
Okay. You heard of Auld Lang Syne, right? You know the song?
Yes, I have. Obviously, everybody.
That was written by Robert Burns.
Oh, okay.
Along with
Alrighty.
things like
No, I did not know that.
To a Mouse
Not know that at
and all that sort of stuff. My love is like a red, red rose. A red rose.
A red rose.
A red rose. That's Robert Burns as well. Very, very famous, certainly in this part of the world. But we celebrate his birthday every year with... that's not true. That sounds like it's an actual formal thing that everybody does. No. Some people celebrate his birthday every year with haggis and whiskey, which obviously is not a bad thing to do. Ever had haggis?
I've never had haggis. What is haggis? I've heard of it, but I've never had it.
It's awful. I mean, it's awful. Sorry, not awful. It's awful.
That's it.
It's
it.
awful.
I've never had it.
It's
like I didn't know.
It's like a really good sausage.
Oh, okay. It's like burrowurst, in other words, like we get in South Africa.
It's made up of all the sort of heart and lungs and kidneys and minced up with oatmeal and black pepper and spices, traditionally cooked in a sheep's stomach, and delicious.
Okay.
It sounds terrible. I mean, I appreciate that. I don't think
I'm
it
just going to
sounds
stick
terrible.
to burrowurst then.
Well, I mean, so would a sausage. If anyone told you what was in a sausage, that would sound terrible as well. So
It would.
But yeah,
anyway,
I would encourage anyone to try it. I mean, obviously, if you're a vegetarian, it's not for you. But otherwise, it's a delicious thing. And yeah, there's a whole ceremony that goes with it. They get dressed up. They bagpipes. They pipe in the haggis. Somebody plays the bagpipes as the haggis comes in. There's a whole tradition. There's a poem they read called "To a Haggis."
To a haggis.
Yeah.
To a haggis.
There, your honest son's
It just sounds like it's going to go
great
south.
chieftain of the pudding race, and the whole thing.
Oh, no. And here we are starting on New Music Mondays, giving you an entire history lesson on the haggis.
So there you go.
Welcome.
That's why I stopped saying Happy New Year on the 25th of January.
Talking about Scottish bands, I'm really excited, and I think I just mentioned to you right now. So I'm on the Union of Knives playlist. What do you call it? Not playlist.
Mailing list.
Mailing list. That's it. That's the word I'm looking for.
Fan club.
Yeah, the fan club, mailing list, etc., etc. And I excuse me, I haven't been well, so I'm struggling a little bit with my chest at the moment. I was man down the whole of last week. They basically.
I thought you said I was man down the hole. Sorry, no, you were man down the whole.
Man down the hole, yeah.
Yeah.
I was man down the hole. I was man down. Put it that way. And they recorded an album, and I must actually find that link. Where is it? Let me have a look here. That I got in my Gmail. Let's go to gmail.com here. So just trying to find this now. You know, I would do this now. Why didn't I do this earlier when I had time? Now I'm trying to do it during the show.
No one's here yet. Evening, everybody. Just bear with us whilst we get going. It's the first one of the year. It's going to be a slow starter.
Yeah. Let me just find it now.
No one's here. Guests haven't arrived yet. Come on, guests.
No. There we go. Side A of the Union of Knives. Right. So it's basically an album called The Anti-Fire that was never ever released.
Yeah.
And there's a whole interview to it about it and the whole thing about this album being made, etc., etc. And they released the album today to the subscription to your subscribe channels, etc.
Yeah.
And I got to listen to it today, and it's mind blowing, to put it mildly, absolutely mind blowing.
Did you say some connection with Atticus Ross?
Yes, so that's it. So that's why I was trying to find the actual mail, because Let me just see if I can find it. You carry on talking there, Mon. hang on. Give me 1 second.
What about?
I don't know. Just give me 1 second. I'm going to find this now because I need to.
Well, I've got the wrong link. That's not going to work. So yes, where is everybody tonight? Where are you all, world? How are you doing out there? I mean, I can't get anyone to speak back to me unless you can post comments on screen. Obviously, if you're looking at this live, we're on YouTube. If you post a comment to YouTube, we will see it and we can respond to you live on the show.
So
if
we're
you're
not going on
watching this
Facebook
live, obviously we won't do that because we won't be here to do it. But what we'd love you to do is, if you're watching the channel now, subscribe, or if you're watching it later, subscribe to the channel. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and then you'll get a notification every time we go live, which, all being well and everybody being healthy and positive and motivated, we'll be here every Monday with New Music Mondays from the UK and South Africa.
That's it. We will be.
On DiscovrTV. Let us be your stage.
There we go.
That was
So
all right.
there we go. Anyway, so I found it. So
That was off the top of my head. That was all right.
It's very good. But I thought, let me play a track. Should we do that?
Yeah, why not?
Off this. Why not? So let's share screen. I'm going to go here. And I actually really want to get the guys on to come chat about this album. I really want to get Chris to come to have a chat to us about the album, tell us a little bit about it. Because it is a phenomenal,
we had them on, right? Was that about a year ago?
Yeah, roundabout. So I'm going to pick a track here because I just love this song. It's not because we're all doing drugs, but it's because it's just a really killer song. And it reminds me a little bit of, it kind of bridges the old Union of Knives to the new Union of Knives, which I kind of liked. So that's why I kind of like really got excited about this track. So I was going to play like up until the end of the first chorus or whatever. Let's just take a listen. But guys, this is really, really good. So I hope you enjoy. This is Union of Knives with We Are All Doing Drugs from the secret unreleased album. I'll play.
I need your praise, I love your teeth, I need control, some prestige, I need a crutch, a little grace, I need distraction every day in different ways. We are all laying low. We are all doing drugs. We are all doing drugs.
That's just a little bit of a taste of We Are All Doing Drugs from Union of Knives, the Anti-Fire, the unreleased secret album. Do yourself a favor, go onto Union of Knives and subscribe to them. Get onto their mailing list and you should be able to get access to this because this whole album is phenomenal. And it's a great bridge between the original Union of Knives, which was 2007, and the new Union of Knives, which was one of my albums of the year last year, which is just absolutely phenomenal.
I'm wondering why I'm not on.
Why aren't you on the mailing list, Martin?
I'm wondering why I'm not on the mailing list.
Yeah.
Surely they would have put me on the mailing list when I ordered the album.
Yes. So, yeah, I got to get that. I need that vinyl. I need that vinyl desperately. But go and check them out. Union of Knives, their brand new album is also out. A phenomenal, phenomenal album, which I don't actually have words for. It definitely was a massive album for me. And the song that reminded me was obviously A Moth That Found a Flame. Kind of very much,
it's got that,
very similar kind of vibe of that. Yeah.
Yeah, very
So
good.
yeah, a phenomenal, great album and a great little find for the beginning of the year, the start to the year. So I was quite chuffed about that
I mean,
one.
one of the lovely things I think we've said before, lovely things about doing this show is what were the chances that came up because of a discussion we were having with another band who reminded us a bit, or reminded you a bit of a band
Of
that you
them.
worked with, Union of Knives, from like 10 years ago, and then we discover they're releasing new music, and now we've both got the album, and now you're on the mailing list and getting the old Secret album. What a beautiful thing!
What a beautiful thing! What a great band!
To be able to create in the world.
Absolutely.
To go. And I've been talking a lot about albums over the last few weeks. I think I've said to you, I've started a podcast where we've actually started listening to the Rolling Stone 500 best albums of all time. Partly just for the joy of listening to a lot of things that I'm familiar with, a lot of things I'm not familiar with. We were listening to Charles Mingus this week. Know the name?
Mingus.
Yeah,
No.
Famous jazz musician from the 50s, 60s, 70s sort of era. Never listened to a Charles Mingus album in my life, or probably even a jazz album in my life. But what a joy to have the opportunity to just give it a listen and go, I'm not sure what I think of this. That's not why I'm dressed like a jazz musician, by the way.
Okay.
Just what a wonderful thing to have that opportunity. But what it's also reminded me is what a wonderful thing albums are. And how many bands, even though people keep saying the album is dead, who would listen to albums anymore in a streaming age?
No, I'm a big. I mean, you know that. I mean, I love getting all my. I literally will do anything to get my vinyls, etc., etc. I just got the new War on Drugs vinyl, which I'm really, really enjoying as well.
Fantastic.
So that one I got this last week.
Artists of all genres and all stages still releasing albums. Independent artists building albums, releasing them on vinyl or streaming or whatever. So it's not just you go back into the I'll get my old vinyl collection out. It's not that. It's people going, do you know what? The album is a great format. The collection of 10, 15 songs is just a great thing. And I think everybody recognizes that. So yeah, long live the album. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, long live the album. And you know what? It's still a great experience. And I think we went back to that with our friends. Oh, I've gone blank now. We were just talking about them.
King's Parade.
The King's Parade. That album, because we had listened to all the tracks individually for ages.
I can read your mind.
You can read my mind. We had listened to all those tracks individually over the course of the year, because obviously we'd had them on so many times during the show, that once I actually sat down and listened to the whole album from beginning to end, I had a newfound respect for the songs in a very different kind of way.
Yeah.
So I think it's really important that I hope artists don't lose that. And I think it's so important to still follow the concept of creating a body of work as opposed to creating just songs.
Yep.
Because I think if we ever get to just songs, it just kind of is going to lose it.
Lose something.
Its totality.
Yeah,
There's something that just gets lost.
Where's the opportunity to put your 9-minute?
I'd like to ask our guest what he thinks about that.
That's why I was leading into that, because I know that Joe will quite like the idea of a 9-minute epic from Joe Ferris.
So let's do that. Let's get our first guest on for the evening. Here we go. Good evening, Joe.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Happy New Year, you
New
fine
Year.
fellow.
We've only got one more day. One more day to say that to you, according to Martin. So Happy New Year.
Oh, is it really true? Wow, Happy New Year to both of you. I'm sorry I'm a little bit late tonight. I do
That's
apologise.
absolutely fine. We've been chatting and listening to unreleased secret albums by
Very
artists.
pleasant. I was listening to you having a debate about it all, and I could try and piece it all together in my mind. So
Yeah, I think
We're
love
talking
to
about
know
albums
music,
and
so-
about the concept of a whole body of work still being so important as opposed to just the individual song. So, artists today have lost the concept of what an album is. Like, we don't
Well, I
want to lose
don't think
that.
they have. That was kind of
No,
my
not
point.
all.
I think that's a common thing. Like I think that's a bit of a fallacy. I think there's so many artists that are going, no, we're going to make an album. Might not be today, but we're going to make an album.
Yeah.
I think Superbird would love to make an album, and we will at some point. I don't think it'll be this year, but I think I'm really big into like concept albums and musical rock operas. So for me, the golden egg of my life would be to create a work like an actual story running throughout an album, whether it be in a rock opera format or just a concept album or whatever, So that's kind of where I'm
just
at.
a collection of songs that are, I don't know, that's just kind of created in a time and a place. It doesn't even have to have a theme, you know what I mean? Not as a sort of it is a concept album, but it is a body of work. It's a collection of a kind of these songs belong together.
Yeah,
rather
absolutely.
than, You know, not just a
Well, quite
just
an
a
interesting
not
one
just a
that's
greatest
just come
hits
out.
collection.
An interesting one that's come out is The Weeknd. I know he's more on the pop side, but his new album is a radio station. So the whole album has this theme of being on a radio station. So there's like intros to each of the songs as if a radio DJ was introing the song, and there's a whole theme to it. So he's created the story of this weekend radio station called FM Radio. I can't remember exactly what it's called on the album, but that's the whole concept of the album. So and it all ties in. It's got this very 70s kind of vibe to it, tying into what the whole album's about with this radio station feel through it, which works really, really nicely. And it kind of makes the album really interesting to listen to, as opposed to just going from top to bottom of just songs.
I'll have to check that out. That sounds very interesting.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what the album's called. I've just gone blank.
Yeah, I'm going to look at that. I just love... I do. I'm all for
Dawn
an
FM.
album.
Dawn FM. The album's called Dawn FM. Yeah. Which is a really interesting way he's done it. So, yeah, that's definitely one worth having a listen to. Definitely. So, how are you, Joe? Welcome to 2022.
Thank you, guys. Yes, I'm very well. I'm feeling really good, to be honest. I feel I'm in full swing of the new year. January is always about getting kind of prepared for the year, I feel. Yeah. So, like we've got a lot coming up. We've got 2 big summer shows that have been booked. One is at the Grace in Islington. And I believe that's on the 8th of July. And we've also got a gig in Brentwood at the SX Bar, which is the 17th of June. So, so we're doing bits.
Homecoming for you guys, that one, is it? A bit?
Yeah. I think I just want to get booked up front, you know, and get the summer shows in early, because we've got a big single coming out in April. And, it's all about lining up the ducks this year, I feel.
Fantastic. Because I mean, we've spoken about this before, but I think particularly you at Superbird, you're a great live band. You thrive off an audience. It must have been largely frustrating for the last couple of years not to be able to get out and do your stuff on stage. Yeah, of course.
There's only 2 things I really want to do in life, and one is to perform, and the other is to write songs, and that's it. It's like, but obviously there's a lot of other things that go with it. But it is making up for a bit of lost time in the last 2 years, but it's also like, the world's getting back to normal, it feels, even though COVID is still going to be around probably forever.
Sure. Yeah, it's going to be like a flu. I mean, they're removing all restrictions on your side now, pretty much, aren't they?
Yeah, they are, which is good and bad, I guess. It is what it is.
One thing it's going to do, it's going to create, if anything, so more people will get this new variant. It's going to create mass immunity, because that herd immunity is literally what we're looking for across the continent, across the world. Because if we get herd immunity, it just means that your what do they call it? Your immunity, your immune system will just build up. Will build up more antibodies against it, etc., etc. So I'm not a doctor, but you know what I mean. So at the end of the day, hopefully it just becomes just a common flu, which we all get every single year. And if you live in, I don't know if you do in the UK, but in South Africa, when it gets to winter, we have a flu jab. It's what we do, so we don't get the flu as seriously this year round. And the flu jab works. And that's essentially what we're going to be doing here, is getting exactly that. Yeah,
totally. I mean, I actually had, I think it was Omicron at Christmas. So my Christmas was cancelled, but I got the symptoms literally the day I had my booster. So there's just no telling, you know, when or how. I
think I've had it like 2 or 3 times since then, probably.
Yeah.
Just don't realize it. I'm still waiting for my booster, because we have to wait 6 months here to get a booster.
Oh, really? Oh, cool. Blimey, it's different. It is different everywhere.
Yeah.
But
so you're lining up shows for this summer,
yes.
And presumably that's the tip of the iceberg. I'm guessing at this precise moment you'll be looking to get more shows in the diary.
Yeah, and I think there's going to be a big single we're releasing in April. And once we've released that, well, we're gonna put a load in. We're gonna invest a lot to kind of get it all across the socials, paid ads, and all that kind of thing. Okay. And that, I mean, that stuff really does work. You can get a fan base by doing that. Yeah. So by doing that, releasing around April, by the time the summer comes along, we should have a bit more of a crowd, and it should be easier to sell out small venues, you know, and just build it up like that.
Brilliant. What's your view on festivals and things like that? Is it tough to kind of find your way into those things, or do you find that people are receptive to putting you on?
Yeah, I mean, it's I have played a lot of festivals over the past few years, of course, but like, yeah, it's more. It's a lot easier if you have an agent or a manager, and they can go to like. I really want to get on Stand and Calling, but I just don't. I just can't find a way on. I don't know how to get in.
It seems crazy with the reputation that you've got as a band and the fact that you're so
Yeah.
local to the area as well. It seems kind of crazy that you. It's for me. It seems like you would be a shoo-in to Stand and Calling. That's what I don't quite understand.
Yeah, I know. That's what. Thanks. I feel the same. But yeah, I've got to just find a way this year.
Yeah.
Don't know how, but I will. Mark my words.
But
yeah,
if I find out anything that will help, I will let you know straight away.
Thank you, Martin. Thank
What's
you.
the
mate.
festival called?
Stand and Calling.
Stand and Calling.
Stand
yeah.
and Calling. I must ask Damon, a friend of mine, because he works with a lot of the festivals all over the world.
Oh wow.
I'll see maybe he knows
Stand
anybody.
On, like a
Stand On
STANDON.
Calling. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that Jules, that would be amazing.
Let me make a note because I'm going to forget it before we even finish this interview.
I'll send you a message after, Jules, as well.
Oh, thank you, mate.
Don't
I appreciate that.
Yeah, but I mean, you and I will both know artists that have performed and played there as well. So that must be to an extent kind of encouraging. And I think that it's obviously possible, and also a bit galling. And you go, well, if they can play, why can't we?
Yeah,
absolutely.
What's the story
and
there?
you guys should be playing. You guys should be playing Glastonbury, as far as I'm concerned.
Actually,
I agree.
I did see today they've just announced the emerging artist competition for Glastonbury this year. So I don't know if that's something that's worthwhile.
Well, I've been doing a lot of admin stuff. I've been doing a hell of a lot, in fact, and I think I'm going to probably just dedicate a whole week to just applying to festivals because you can virtually apply to all festivals, sort of, but. They do work. 1 out of 50 applications, you're going to get one.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's tough. I think you're right. It feels like sometimes, although these are great, that this sort of online application process feels like a bit of a competition.
Yeah.
Like I'll win the competition to get a shot, rather than it being an A&R process that somebody's actually kind of like working on your behalf or looking to represent the next big band. It's more like, we'll just we'll pick someone out of this and they'll get the chance. Feel that's more like a lottery. I think you're right.
Yeah.
Once you've got sort of some sort of representation or someone on your side is going, for God's sake, book them.
Yeah.
It was like that. There was that story about that guy that basically hounded Radio X's studios just to get on Radio X, and he literally slept outside. And every morning he would hound Chris Moyles as he arrived at work, and he eventually got on.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wear him down.
Yeah.
Wear him down.
Yeah. There you
Well,
go.
I wish you all the best. As I said, I mean, to me, Superbird, perfect festival band, perfect live band, basically. So anywhere you get the chance to see Superbird on stage would be a good day.
Band.
So
Just a perfect band.
Well, I know Martin. I saw you at the last show, which was great. We didn't get to catch up much, but it was a really fun gig, and obviously we've got our keys guy and our rhythm guitarist, who's awesome. We've actually got a gig in a few weeks at the Islington O2 Academy Bar, supporting a Prince tribute act. That
should be fun.
Yeah, it's going to be good. We're actually doing it as a four-man team, this one, just the keys guy, just because we can't get Jim, the guitarist, for it. But it's going to be quite interesting trying the band out in a sort of diamond formation, for a four-piece. So I'm quite excited to just experiment a little bit.
Brilliant.
Nice.
Well, I think we've said this to you over the last couple of years, but hopefully this year a little bit, fingers crossed, it will be easier, and all the best to you for a fantastic 2022. Because I think you hit the ground running every year, and then you've had sort of the legs knocked out from under you, as many bands have, just with the COVID regulations and all that bit. So this year, let's hope the wheels stay on a bit longer. Tell us about Elevation Airways, which was, I suppose, it was the start of the year, but also kind of a close to last year. Released on the 31st of December.
Yeah, I know. Who
Strange
does
release
that?
date. Well, Superbird,
Who
dude.
does that? Come on, who does that?
Well, we went to record 4 singles at the very back end of 2020, and the idea was to get all the singles lined up for last year, and we did effectively release 3. We released Leopard Print No Show and Nasty, and I was adamant to get at least one more so we could make it 3 singles that year. So we thought, right, why don't we just do it on the very last day of the year for a laugh to kind of elevate everyone into the new year. You know, that was the idea.
Yes. Oh, I like it.
I like it. Should we play into that then? Just seeing that's how we've done this now. Let's do that. Here we go.
This
Elevation
is
Airways.
the great new single from Superbird, Elevation.
Thanks, guys.
Tell us what you think of this. Hang on, I got to put the volume up there. That would be good.
Rise and shine, have a strong cup of coffee. Live today, you know you're gonna kill it. Don't listen to the devil on your shoulder. Just remember what your mama told you. Take the time for some self-adulation. Go to James Brown for that funk stimulation. Just let the sun shine in your face. Fly away to that happy place. All aboard, Elevation Airways. Together we'll go higher always. All aboard, Elevation Airways. Together we'll go higher always. Learn to fly through the storm with a swagger. Shine your shoes, impress to make it lucky. A little smile will give you magical powers. Treat your grandma to the favorite flower. Paradise, so close that you can touch it. Dark side of the moon, a gift that keeps surprising. Nothing but sunlight all the way. So fly today, far away to that happy place. All aboard, Elevation Airways. Together we'll go higher always. All aboard, Elevation Airways. Together we'll go higher always. Yeah. Everybody strapping tight. Bienvenidos a bordo, bienvenidos a bordo, bienvenidos a bordo, en la partida. Bienvenidos a bordo, bienvenidos a bordo, bienvenidos a bordo, en la partida. All aboard, Elevation Airways. Together we'll go higher always. All aboard, Elevation Airways. Together we'll go higher always. All aboard, Elevation Airways. Together we'll go higher always. All aboard, Elevation Airways. Together we'll go higher
Elevation Airways, Superbird on New Music Mondays. Yeah,
That's
baby.
3 key changes, Joe Finnegan.
You betcha.
3 key changes. That's,
We actually-
elevation.
We were going to do more, but the producer went, "We can't do more than 3. It's just overkill." But we
Who do
were
you think
gonna...
you are, Beyonce?
Exactly. That was where the inspiration come from.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Oh,
I love
yeah.
it.
That's brilliant. I love it. And these one of these. Where's it? Great start to 2022. Superbird with Elevation Airways. Let's elevate ourselves into the next year.
We love it.
Yeah,
So next
baby.
single, April, I think you've mentioned at least a couple of times. So if people want to get in touch, we've done this before, of course, but if you want to know when the next Superbird event occurs and the next release happens, what should people do? Where do you want to head? Where do you want them to head?
Well, we are planning on conquering TikTok, but that's not till February. However, if you do want to get in touch, Instagram at the moment is our main hub. That's kind of where we hang out the most and
Cool.
most of our fans are at. So
We should do a little Instagram. We also going to want to start doing those little Instagram chats on Discover TV. So yeah, we must do one of those definitely.
Yeah, of course.
So are you the same as everywhere? We are Superbird on Instagram, is it?
Yep, at We Are Superbird, and it's the same for everywhere: Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and also TikTok.
Excellent. But Instagram is your hangout place of choice right now.
It is
go
indeed.
there, you'll get all the details of what's happening. If you like and subscribe and follow Superbird right now, go find it. Go to the links. Do the thing.
I think we should do an Instagram chat closer to April, as we get
Yeah,
a new single. Let's do that.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
We're
let's do
gonna
that.
finally pick up that little session with you in the studio as well. We'll get that done.
Oh God, I would love to. Yeah, absolutely.
That's gonna happen.
Let's make it happen this year. Whenever you're ready.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
We're making it happen.
Great to see you, dude. Hopefully, I will see you in real life, as they say.
Yeah.
IRL before too long.
Yes. Yeah, no, I can't wait, and I can't wait to see Jules in real life as well.
I know. We were actually just chatting about it. So I definitely want to head over in the summer and come and see Martin and come and shoot some bands and stuff like that. So just kind of planning it and getting some timings around it. But yeah, definitely keen to head over. And because now, if you double vaxxed, you don't have to go through quarantine or anything.
Yes.
They announced that today. So yeah, that definitely makes it a lot easier. So you don't have to sit somewhere in a hotel that you've got to pay £10,000 for, which, hello, I cannot afford £10,000 in hotel fees. Just to quarantine somewhere. Thank you very much. So yeah, that definitely makes it easier now. So definitely will be heading your way this year. No doubt about it.
Brilliant. Fantastic.
Good to see you, bud.
Thanks, Joe.
Thanks a lot, guys. Peace and love, yeah.
Give our love to the boys as well, Freddie and Alex.
You.
And the new gang as well, obviously.
And the new gang. Wait for the new single. See you soon.
Thanks,
Cheers.
guys.
Bye. And there you have it, Superbird. Love that band. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. No surprises. I like it. It's just the way I like to hear it.
We can see Joe's off screen.
It's just playing again on my computer. It's just playing loud and it's going again. There it goes again. Elevation Airways. Yes, go and check them out at We Are Superbird on all social media. And yeah, we'll do an Instagram chat with them as we get close to the new single in April. But yeah, that's something else I want to do a lot more this year because everybody keeps saying to us, when are you going to do Instagram chats? Instagram chats. So yeah, we must definitely hook up some of those.
And a TikTok
we can have more than two. We can have it exactly like we do this. We can have more than two people, as far as I understand. We'll have to try one out.
I think so, yeah.
I think we'll have to try one out. No doubt about it.
And we'll get a TikTok meme going as well.
I have created a TikTok channel for us. So
okay. I still don't. I mean, people tell me it's a wonderful thing. I've only seen stuff.
I can't get into it. I'm trying. I really am trying, but I get lost.
I feel like I feel like I need a drone. Don't you need a drone?
It's chaos. TikTok is absolute chaos.
Either that or an enormous wardrobe. That's the only stuff I ever see on TikTok is people like changing clothes all the time or working with drones. Is that what it's about?
Absolutely.
I sound
I've got a drone.
bloody ancient.
Let's
right
get my
now.
drone going.
Oh no, I don't understand the tickety talk. What's all that about? No.
Sword. Oh, excuse me. Alrighty, so next up, we're still waiting to see if we're going to get an answer from our one guest who's in the UK at the moment, but we haven't been able to get hold of him. Unfortunately, we've only been able to get hold of him via email. We did send him the links, etc., but he doesn't seem to have come on yet. But as I did mention earlier, last week we had in studio an incredible young band from the week before. It was meant to come out last week because we were going to do the show last week, but we didn't because I was ill, etc., etc. So this was shot 2 weeks ago.
Also, it was your anniversary. Well, no, it was your wife's birthday. Happy birthday.
Yes. Awesome. We went out for dinner as well. Then I got ill. I took this. They put me on this new medication. And I got horribly ill.
Horrible.
Yeah, and it just literally killed me.
Anyway, I'm looking forward to Tuesday. You've showed me a clip of this. I'm looking forward to seeing this.
So we're going to go into the interview first, and then we'll come back and chat again. And then they performed a couple of songs for us as part of their Tales from the Lounge. And they performed a bonus track plus a cover of a really well-known South African. And we'll check that out as well. So let's get into the interview. Let me get it all ready here. And this is... They are by the name of Lost Youth. Hope you enjoy. Let's check them out. Hey guys, welcome back to Discover TV. We're live from the lounge. And we're here with the amazing Lost Youth. You might recognize this young lady because we did film you on a balcony in Cape Town a while ago. as Alana Joy. Yes. Welcome, Lost Youth. How are you? How's everybody?
We're doing good.
This
yeah.
is now a band now.
I'm gonna speak for them.
A little hungry.
Fakhri's a little hungry. Yeah.
Are you hungry?
It's been a long, like, we've been out for like a week only. Still got like another 2 weeks of tour left to go.
Cool.
But it's been amazing.
So tell me how the transition happened from from Alana Joy to Lost Youth.
So we've been a band. I mean, Teddy joined us 2 weeks ago on the drums.
Welcome, Teddy.
But we've been a band for quite a while now, and we were thinking about changing the name for a long time, and we couldn't really think of anything, and we're just like, oh, it's fine, let's just go for Alana Joy. People know us this way. But I think the music was quite different to what we were doing. We slowly started developing this new sound from what it used to be, and I think people were a little confused as well. Sometimes they'd look on YouTube, there's like a folky little sweet cover from Alana Joy, and then there's like this like rock song from the full band. And we also just wanted to represent the fact that everybody is, we're a family, we're a unit. We're not just
the name.
me.
I've got to say, I really love the name. Where did the name come from?
So we thought long and hard about it, because, I mean, as I say, we were thinking about changing the name for a while. And then one day we found this name, Lost Youth. And I think it represents something different to all of us. But for me, it kind of represents this generation that feels quite lost in this ever-changing world. Everything's different to how it was when our parents were starting off. Everything has changed. Like I'm sure it feels different for you as well, though. I mean, I've had like sort of 50-year-old people being like, yeah, I feel like I'm one of the lost youth, or I've lost my youth, so it like has different meanings to different people. But for me, it's kind of just that we're kind of wandering through this new territory, and I guess every generation probably feels that, but that's sort of what it represents to me.
Let's talk about the new EP. Tell us about it. Go on.
Chasing Shadows is our new EP. It's chapter 1 of a 2-chapter story.
2-chapter story.
I think that's the first time I'm saying that out loud.
You heard that exclusively here on DiscovrTV.
And it's got 4 songs on it, and the songs are about chasing people and chasing feelings and things that are bad for you, things that will destroy you instead of benefit you. And I don't want to give away too much for the second EP, but the second EP is kind of the first, seeing the first light, coming out of it.
And you've got a brand new video out for the EP as well.
Yes, we've got Too Late, which we ended up editing ourselves.
Wow.
We weren't meant to, and then push came to shove, and we were like, okay, I guess we're learning how to edit a music video, which was very intimidating. Got Final Cut Pro, put all the footage in, we're like, oh, what are we going to do with this? But actually, we really enjoyed it. And it was such an amazing experience.
We absolutely love it. So we're going to be playing it after this interview now on the show. So I'm really excited to see it again. But it's a killer video, guys, and a great track as well. You're touring now South Africa. You've just been in Joburg. You're on your way to Durban, back to Cape Town. What's 2022 lining up for you guys?
We're definitely going to be working on chapter 2. And we also really want to come back here. This is my first time in Joburg, and I really, really want to come back. I'm loving it, and Pretoria as well. We went to Durban in December, and that was amazing. And it was just a little taster of what tour life was. It was a week, and I think that 2022 definitely want to see more of South Africa.
Get you guys on loads of festivals.
Yes,
definitely
festivals.
Watch this band.
Contact me.
These guys are going places. These guys are going places. Do you want to quickly introduce the rest of the band and just everybody can say hi?
Yeah.
You want to go? Yeah, you can.
Okay, this is Fakhri. He's now got stage fright, but this is Fakhri, or Fudgy, as we like to call him. He is a Japanese warrior. He used to be a cowboy. But he's the fashionable one.
Bebop. What's that show? Yeah, something like that.
He's the fashionable one of the group, and just the purest heart. This is Charlie Charles, the mysterious one of the group. I won't say anymore. And then this is Teddy over here. Teddy Fraser.
Teddy wants to say something.
Hello there. Hi, I'm Teddy Fraser, and I just joined this band 2 weeks ago, and it's been a hell of a ride, and I'm enjoying it. I can't wait to see what happens next. Thank you so much, Alana.
Aww.
I'm very glad to have you here, dude.
Aww. Guys, this is Lost Youth. This is DiscovrTV. This is New Music Mondays. We'll catch you next time. We are out of here. And there you have it. That was our little interview that I did with the guys. Yeah, and as I did mention, they did bring us a couple of tracks to play. So I think, should we check those out, Martin?
Yeah, definitely. Looking forward.
Let's do it. So I can't remember the name of the Voters track they played, but you'll figure it out. And the second track that they play is a well-known South African artist, and was actually the biggest balcony TV shoot I ever did.
Wow.
That song. So let's see if you can recognize it. Here is Lost Youth live from the DiscovrTV studios in Johannesburg. I hope you enjoy. Here we go.
It's just a little rain, she said, soaking in the moment. It's just a little pain, she said, tears in her eyes growing. She wipes them away, 'cause nothing ever really stays the same. Rain clouds turn to better days, and even the eyes of the faithful sometimes stray. So she rolls with the punches. Staying's always been her curse. Oh, does your anger really punish every thoughtless word? She wipes them away, 'cause nothing ever really stays the same. Rain clouds turn to better days, and even the eyes of the faithful sometimes stray. She's a force to be reckoned with, but she's afraid to be alone. She's got everybody else's answers, but cannot find her own. She'll give you 1,000 chances, even if you don't deserve them. Careful not to waste her time. Even the eyes of the faithful sometimes stray. Stray, sometimes stray. Stray, oh. Good intentions pave the way. Sure, you never meant her harm. You only did it to make her stay, 'cause life's a living hell without her. But she'll run away, 'cause nothing ever really stays the same. Rain clouds turn to better days, and even the eyes of the faithful sometimes stray. Cape Town, how you doing?
just realized there's like pauses on this part, so Charlie, will you cue Teddy?
And in the light of day, I didn't know this. And everything she was, well, I didn't show this. And in the light of day, well, I didn't know you. But I wanted you to stay, and I didn't want to go. I wouldn't take it away from you, no, no. Didn't want to leave you down south, so that I would go and squeeze you a little bit of love. Love you, I didn't want to, I didn't want to, I didn't want to leave you down, leave you down, so, I've been lying awake up all night on these high stakes in disguise. I've been lying awake up and far below. And in the light of day with open eyes, in the time it takes to decide, I wanted you to stay and I didn't want to go. Wouldn't take it away from you, no, no. Didn't want to leave you down south, so that I would go and squeeze you a little bit of love.
You don't recognize that? That's Down South, original by Jeremy Lutz. Reinterpreted by Lost Youth.
So that I would call you, squeeze you a little bit of love. How you doing, Joe?
Tell me how you doing. There you have it, Lost Youth on New Music Mondays in the Discover TV studios here in Johannesburg. What do you think of that one, Martin? There we go.
That's what I think of that one.
I said that I would call you. I didn't want to, I didn't want to anyway.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Lost Youth on New Music Mondays.
I'm pretty
That's
sure
the way
I
we do it.
Alana Joy.
Yeah,
as
Alana Joy.
well from before.
I shot it on a Cape Town rooftop.
Yeah, I'm sure I remember that. I remember the name
Yeah.
sounds very familiar.
Yeah, it was a
sure
killer.
I remember something from Alana Joy before on DiscovrTV.
It was pretty much the same time that I shot, was that really cool punk band? Remember them? Oh, I've gone blank.
Might need to narrow it down for me a little
I
bit.
know. Oh, man. Oh, God, I've gone blank. Forget it. I've gone blank. Anyway, yeah.
So
that was it. Lost Youth.
I actually think I know who you mean, but I can't remember the name.
I just can't remember the name. I've just gone blank.
Yeah, never mind.
Um,
There's so many bands that come through this place. So many.
So many bands.
We do our best to remember everything. We ought to start doing some better record keeping, don't we? This is one on the show, so that somebody can, in the future, there's a legacy. Someone can flick through and go, oh,
yeah.
they had them on? Wow.
Well, what I want to start doing is I'm going to start cutting up the interviews and putting them out as separates on Instagram and stuff like that.
Yeah, I thought that playing that interview, they were talking about putting stuff out on Instagram video and then watching the interview you just did and thought, well, that's perfect, isn't it? And then
so what I'll do is I'll cut up the two interviews tonight and I'll put them as separates. So I'll put the Superbird interview on Instagram as a separate interview. And then you can obviously just watch that whole interview. And if you want to watch the whole show, then you go and watch it on every Monday, 8 p.m. I think that's a really good way to do it. So that's the plan. Dylan will be editing that. Dylan, I need you to cut these shows up.
You
Just
got a
informing
job.
him in the background. Yeah.
Yeah. I
Here's
just saw
my
the
online editor.
dog wandering around in the background as well. a
Oh, it was
second
Milo,
ago.
yeah. Where's Milo?
It was a minute
Milo.
ago.
Oh, she was, yeah. Where's the crazy dog?
Unless I imagined something,
You might have
which is
imagined
also
something.
possible.
No, it's very possible. He's all Milo. Yep, and that's it for the show tonight, Martin. Unfortunately, our third guest did not appear. He's. I think it's because he's so hooked on Instagram. He's always on there. So I have a feeling that he's probably stuck on Instagram on a live feed, as he always is. We'll get him on.
We'll forgive anyone anything in January. It's hard. Get your momentum going and get out. January is a hard.
Breaking news: Claudio Ranieri has been sacked.
Well,
I suppose we saw that coming.
well, that's Watford for you, isn't it?
Yeah,
How
they
many-
love
how many
sacking
managers
managers
have they
there.
had?
I don't know.
They go through three
I
a
don't
season,
know.
don't they?
I
Just
see
the
Brentford.
standard.
The Brentford manager though did sign a new contract until 2025 today.
I mean, that's the sensible thing to do, isn't it? If you're Brentford, you look at the way that they're going and go, we would. That's the sensible thing to do. What more could we want to achieve? at
How's
this
our
precise
future
moment?
manager looking? Eh? He's looking good.
Yeah.
He's looking very good. I think he's really going to prep himself to take over from Mr. Klopp in the future. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
We all know that that's what's going to come. I mean, there's no doubt about it. He has to.
Well,
He has to.
Yeah, unless something goes weirdly wrong. If he keeps proving himself as capable as he is doing at the moment, then absolutely. Right.
Look, I mean, Villa are never going to win the league. So I think they're always going to be a mid-table to top-tier kind of team if he's around there. And they maybe win a cup or two, here or there. I think he's got the potential
That's
to
a great
make.
result. If you
I think if he can manage
get
that.
Villa into a European position, if you can get them challenging for cups, if you can get them winning silverware. I mean, look at the number of clubs that haven't managed to do that are
Yeah.
supposed to be great.
But he seems to be signing the right players. But anyway, this is not a football show.
It's got the reputation. There's always a bit of football in here.
There's always a bit of football in here.
Always a bit of
Yep, there is. There is. But yeah,
Was
that's it for our
was
first
it a
episode of
penalty,
the year.
Julian? Was it a penalty?
In the moment, my first reaction was penalty.
Yeah.
Because the keeper took him out.
Yeah.
After watching it 3 or 4 times, you're thinking, would he have got to the ball? And that is the question.
I think he'd already
So-
kicked it away.
He kind of, to me, but if he had carried on at the speed and the keeper had stayed out of the way and not taking him out, he may have got to the ball and done one of those side foots, like with about that much left between him and the post.
I'll tell you what, I think simpler than that. If the referee had given it on the pitch, I think, okay, what are you going to do? Are you going to change that decision? No. But with the referee not giving it on the pitch and then VAR
funny
taking
enough,
5 minutes
you know
to
what?
decide what to do and then him changing his mind having seen it on the screen, I don't get that.
You know what? I think if he had given it on the pitch, it would have been overturned by VAR. I honestly do. I think if he had given it on the pitch, VAR would have said no penalty.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Yeah. So look, this whole VAR thing for me, it just doesn't make any sense. It's not like
VAR that's a problem. It's the people operating it that's a problem.
Exactly.
I know
exactly.
I'm not.
They're
across
not refs. They're
I'm
not
not across
refs.
European football. But I don't hear the same number of debates coming out of Europe. We even in the European, was it the European Championships last year or the World Cup? What was it? European Championships, wasn't it, last year? VAR was operational during that. There was occasional
But nothing major.
There was nothing like the controversy that you
No.
get every single game. It seems.
I mean, cricket essentially has VAR. Correct.
As does
Do
rugby.
you ever complain about the cricket? Never.
Mad. It's the people,
Except for the Indians.
it's
The
people
Indians
running it.
complain about VAR all the time. They hate it because they don't want to
Somebody
give.
said-
They don't want to have it.
Somebody suggested yesterday, and I think it's not an ideal solution, but it is a fairly good start.
Yeah.
They said there should be a cut-off time. If they can't make a decision as to whether to review it or give it back to the referee within a minute, then let it go. If it takes 5
Yeah.
minutes, too long,
Yeah.
just let it go. If it's
Yeah.
not, because then it's not clear and obvious, is it? So just get on with it. Anyway.
Yeah.
If
Anyway.
only it was for us to decide. But
Absolutely.
Sadly,
But
it's not.
anyway, it is what it is. But yes, this has been another Music Mondays here on DiscovrTV, our first one of the year. And if you guys have not watched, if you guys missed the live performance, do go back up and watch the show again. We are not going live on Facebook this year. We've decided we're going to concentrate purely on YouTube and Instagram. So
is where
our
we'll be,
interviews with Superbird and with Lost Youth will be cut up and put onto Instagram tomorrow morning for you to go back and watch. Or you can watch the full show here on YouTube and check it out. Yeah. So, and also be able to watch it on our different platforms around the world. So yeah, this has been New Music Mondays with me, Julian from Johannesburg.
And me, Martin, in the London
And thanks
area
again to
of the
Joe
UK.
from Superbird and to Lost Youth for being in studio with us. Absolutely wonderful new band. As we did mention, used to be known as Alana Joy. But loving the new band, loving the new name, loving everything about it, and what a great performance. And I especially like their little cover of Jeremy Loops there, down south. Really did something.
I've got it
So,
on
yeah.
my playlist for my show Wednesday. Big Sound Machine Wednesday will have Lost Youth will feature in that show.
Awesome. There you go. So check out Lost Youth. And yeah, they'll also be coming up on our Tales from the Lounge here on DiscovrTV exclusively. And we will catch you same time, 8 p.m. South African time, 6 p.m. UK time. When does the changeover happen again? It's still a while.
End of March.
End of March. So we still got a while.
2 months.
So, yeah, 2 months to go. So yeah. So we'll catch you next week, same time. This is New Music Mondays. See you next
Get
week.
across that, like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. Yeah. Oh yeah. Go and hit that subscribe button. I keep forgetting to tell people to do that, don't I? We'll see you next week. Good night, children.
Bye, Jules.
Thank you.